The BJP's big celebrations in the northeast yesterday have ended with a migraine down south. Poll-bound Karnataka has thrown up some stunning pictures that play right into the Congress's charge of the BJP government in Karnataka being 40% cut sarkar. First, BJP MLA Virupakshappa's son was caught red-handed by the Lokayukta, taking a bribe of 40 lakh rupees. It's on camera. As it turned out, the 40 lakhs was just a trailer. The full picture became clear after the raids. A whopping 8 crore rupees in cash has been seized from the MLA's son's house. The Lokayukta carrying bags of cash embarrassed the BJP no end through the day today. Virupakshappa Mandal, the MLA, is accused number 1 in the case, which means that the Lokayukta believes that his son was merely the collection agent and the MLA was the real bribe master. He has quit his position and written a letter to Chief Minister Bommai saying he has nothing to do with corruption. Imagine the audacity of it. He is calling this a conspiracy against his family despite his son being caught red-handed. Now, Mr. Madal's son Prashanth served as chief accountant of the Bengaluru Water Supply and Sewage Board. The Lokayukta received a complaint that he was in the habit of taking bribes. Subsequently, they laid a trap for him, caught him taking the bribe, and then raided his residence. The Lokayukta says the bribe was meant for Prashanth's father, the BJP MLA. 5 people have been arrested in connection with the case, and the MLA himself has been named as accused number 1. No one knows where he is. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Bommai is saying this in his defense.
ನಾವು ಲೋಕಾಯುಕ್ತ ಪುನರ್ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಿರುವುದೇ ಮುಕ್ತವಾಗಿ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾಚಾರವನ್ನು ನಿಗ್ರಹಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಈ ಲೋಕಾಯುಕ್ತ ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇಂಥ ಹಲವಾರು ಪ್ರಕರಣಗಳು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದು ಮುಚ್ಚೋಗಿದೆ. ನಾವು ನಿಷ್ಪಕ್ಷಪಾತವಾಗಿ ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಈ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಲೋಕಾಯುಕ್ತ ಸರ್ವಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ, ನಿಷ್ಪಕ್ಷಪಾತವಾದಂಥ ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗಲಿ, ಯಾರು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಆಗಲಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ನಿಲುವು.
Okay, so Mr. Bommai is essentially saying that this is all part of the BJP's anti-corruption drive. That they reconstituted the Lokayukta and gave it back its powers, because of which there is this crackdown on corruption in the state. This is what the Chief Minister is saying. But the truth is, it wasn't the BJP who reconstituted the Lokayukta. It was the Karnataka High Court. Being this close to the elections, there are obviously questions about the timing of these raids. But the Karnataka Lokayukta has denied allegations of outside pressure. He says the action was taken after a complaint and not after pressure from political parties. Listen in.
Well, even as the state is set to go into elections in just a couple of weeks now, a massive, in fact, amount of bribe has been unearthed from a BJP MLA's son. Joining us right now is the Karnataka Lokayukta, Justice B.S. Patil. Sir, first of all, I want to ask you, this raid, the timing of this raid, you know, the trap has raised a lot of eyebrows. Where exactly was there a complaint that was lodged that made you, go ahead and lay this trap for the MLA's son?
Yeah. Without complaint, the question of proceeding in a matter like this doesn't arise. A complaint was filed, the complaint was registered, and all materials were gathered. The police officers worked on it, and then it is not a case of raid actually. It was going to the office where he was demanding the money, and the police officers pursued, and it's a case of trap.
So now I want to ask you, understandably a lot of course, questions are being raised now. The timing of this also, keeping in mind, have you so far been able to ascertain the role of the MLA, Mr. Virupakshappa? Because we understand now that he's also shortly set to be resigning from his post as the chairman of the KSDL.
No, I'm not aware of all that. The question of timing, question of role, all this is immaterial for so far as this institution is concerned. All times are good times to fight against corruption. And the present context where you are talking about rampant corruption here, there, everywhere in the government offices, public servants are demanding money. So we are ready to fight it.
To ascertain the role, sir, of the MLA so far in this,
That is a process of investigation.
Okay.
The investigation is on. Whoever is involved in it, his role will be found out. Absolutely no problem.
Okay, and one last question to you, sir. Honestly, of course, was there any pressure that had come on you, sir? This is a ruling party sitting MLA that we're looking at. A massive amount has been seized from his residence as well as, from the search that was carried out by the officials of the
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No question of any pressure. No question of entertaining any such thing. Doubt also. There will be. We are inoculated from that, all that.
Let me go straight across to Deepak Bopanna, who's been tracking the story from Bangalore through yesterday and today as well. Deepak, we know that the MLA, the BJP MLA, is accused #1 in the case. Where is he? Is he still absconding? And is there a realization that ultimately he will need to be arrested if he is accused #1?
Well, Shreya, firstly, the police, of course, are at this point in time on the lookout, and they're saying that they've got a whiff about his whereabouts, and very soon he'll be brought in for questioning. Now, as far as his arrest is concerned, that will definitely depend on the kind of documentation that they have and the evidence that has been gathered. Initially, of course, the trap that was laid indicted mainly his son, Prashanth, who, of course, was caught accepting bribe. And after that, searches were conducted at his office there in Crescent Road in Bengaluru, then the Sadashinagar residence, which belongs to the MLA. And this is where the huge stash of cash running over 6 crores was found. And some incriminating documents is also something that the Lokayukta have mentioned. Now, does this directly, point fingers at the MLA is the question. Also, the evidence that has been given by this particular complainant, does this also have any sort of record to indict the MLA? These are pertinent questions to really look into while we are talking about an arrest. But definitely he will be brought in for questioning, and if there is evidence enough that they've gathered, an arrest is expected to take place in the next 24 to 48 hours.
Okay, we'll leave it there, Deepak Bopanna. Thank you very much for joining us. The police still doesn't know where the MLA in question is. DK Shivakumar from the Congress party is joining us on the broadcast from Bangalore. The opposition, especially the Congress party, has been going hammer and tong against the BJP after these pictures on your screens have become viral. Mr. Shivakumar, thank you very much for your time. Why are you linking this cash haul to elections? This could very well be a case of individual or personal corruption. Why is the Congress saying that this is election collection and nothing else?
No. See, this is not an individual. This is a government. He is a chairman. He is an officer. Prime Minister, Chief Minister of this country, of the state, wanted us to give an evidence. What more evidence you want? This has been leveled not by me, the contractor association of the government. They said that recognized government association, 2.5 lakh contractors are there. Everywhere corruption is there. Already I said that a parliament member himself spoke on this corruption. MP spoke on this corruption. MLAs of the ruling party spoke on the corruption. What more you want? CM wanted evidences. Today, the Lokayukta has given evidence to them.
But the CM, Mr. Bommai, is himself taking credit for the bust. He's saying the Congress crushed the Lokayukta. It is the BJP that empowered it, giving it an enforcement wing. That this is the result of the BJP's anti-corruption drive.
First, let he resign. He should be resigned. Or the governor should sack him. Or the prime minister, if he's so bold, he should sack him first. Then the next point. How can he take... after murdering someone, no, I did for some humanity or some other change. This he can't have. This is a shame on Karnataka. Forget what he tells. Do you believe, as a media man, you are a part of this great democracy? You are one of the pillars of the democracy. Do you believe what Mr. Bommai is telling is right? There is a loss of face for the entire BJP in this country.
Your friend, Mr. Siddaramaiah, my last question to you. Your friend, Mr. Siddaramaiah, is saying that the episode now warrants that elections be called early. Do you agree with that?
I think whatever the BJP wanted to have an early election, but the mandate will not go in their favor. That they are trying to delay it, postpone it day by day. They wanted for an early budget also. The budget could not give proper indication that I think let the election commission take its own course. But we are ready. Whenever the elections come, we are ready to face. We are just waiting for the days. Next 50 days, the BJP agenda will be over.
Okay, Mr. Shivakumar, we'll leave it there. Let's see how it plays out politically. Prashanth GS is spokesperson of the BJP. He's joining us on the broadcast. Nagaraju Yadav is spokesperson of the Congress party with us on the broadcast. Brijesh Kalappa is leader of the Aam Aadmi party, also a senior advocate. And we are hoping to be joined by Santosh Hegde as well, former Karnataka Lokayukta. I'm coming to you first, Mr. Prashanth GS. Is there any way you can explain the pictures that we have seen on our screens and tell me that the charges that the opposition, particularly the Congress, makes against you are untrue? For a long time, they have been saying this is a 40% cut sarkar. Your MLA has been caught red-handed. His son has been caught red-handed accepting bribes, and your MLA is accused number 1 in the case that has been filed by the Lokayukta.
Shreya, firstly, the need to understand is that what has happened now, Lokayukta independent body has conducted a raid, and Justice B.S. Patil also clarified it was not a raid on Prashanth Madal because it is a trap set and he has been caught and nobody is even disputing it. And our government has policy of zero tolerance against corruption. We are not even supporting it. At the outset, even Chief Minister Mr. Bommai has stated that the law will take its own course and there is no question of we influencing any authorities. Therefore, any person who is a corrupt official or a legislator, may it be in BJP, Congress or JDS or AAP, any party, the Lokayukta is doing its work independently and dispassionately, and therefore we are not standing for corruption. The irony of the matter is that you just happen to talk to Mr. DK Shivakumar, President of the Congress, Karnataka, who is himself mired in controversy of corruption, disappropriated assets, and who's been jailed by ED, him talking about corruption, there's no bigger irony than this. Be that as it may, our government stand is very clear. We are not standing with any corrupt persons. Our motto is zero corruption, therefore we are sticking to it.
Okay.
And also, even if in this case of cash being found and the MLA being, whatever the law will take its course, let it run, and we are not in a position to influence, and we are not somebody who will influence the proceedings also, because it was during the Congress regime that the Supreme Court said CBI is a case expired and not now. Even now, the Lokayukta has clarified that there is no pressure on him to act in any manner, and therefore the government is staying away from this. As a government, there's an action to be taken by the Lokayukta. Law will take its own course. As a government, we never support corruption, and our stand is clear.
You are saying the law will take its own course. Okay, Mr. Prashanth, you are saying the law will take its own course. You have not answered my question, but you have given me, a long answer on how the law will take its own course. The most cliched argument that has been used in India's political debates. Let me tell you that in 2022, the Karnataka High Court had said that in this government, no file moves without a bribe. I am not saying it. All of this is on record. Santosh Hegde, you're joining us on the broadcast as well. I don't want to pull you into a tutu meme, but I want to ask you this. The BJP has been arguing, and the Chief Minister, not just the spokesperson of the BJP here on the show, but the Chief Minister of the state has been arguing that, look, it is us who empowered the Lokayukta. It is us who gave it back the enforcement wing. Therefore, this crackdown on corruption that you're saying is happening because of us. Sir, do you agree with that, given what has happened in the court?
Certainly not. Certainly not. It is not correct at all. As a matter of fact, when ACB was appointed by the Congress government, I think it's 2016, the BJP, which was in the opposition, made a public statement that if they come back to power, in 24 hours, they'll dismiss ACB. And they came back to power, and it was nearly 24 months after they took over the power. They still didn't dismiss ACB as they promised in their election manifesto. It is the High Court of Karnataka, in a matter moved by an ordinary citizen, quashed the appointment of ACB as the investigating agency on behalf of the Lokayukta and gave back the power to the High Court. I repeat, it is the High Court which did it and not the BJP. BJP did not do it in spite of the promise they made in the election manifesto. So let us not be under the impression that the BJP would give the power back to Lokayukta to investigate anti-corruption cases and all. No. Therefore, it is not correct for the Chief Minister to take
I think
the credit.
that
They
puts
have not
on
given
record.
the power back to the
I think that puts on
Lokayukta.
record why what the Chief Minister is saying is incorrect. I think you have put on record why what the Chief Minister is saying is incorrect. It's simple hypocrisy and nothing else. Let me get in the Congress spokesperson as well. Mr. Nagaraju Yadav, the BJP is arguing that, hey, this is a case of individual corruption. Let the law take its own course. Why are you linking to the election? Why are you linking this to the government, to the Bommai government? Why are you saying that all the proceeds of this bribe gate, as it were, are actually election funding? This could very well be individual corruption. Why are you linking it to governmental corruption?
First of all, I'd like to compliment the Lokayukta of Karnataka for conducting this raid, because this is the beginning. The truth of BJP is going to come out, and the people should know the truth. In a democracy, if anybody wants to say that we work as per the norms of the constitution, we have to strengthen the hands of Lokayukta, and Lokayukta is doing the right job today. As Santosh Hegde said that, and as you mentioned it very clearly, BJP has not kept up its promise of closing down the ACB. According to them, it is Congress which has done that. Even in so many BJP states, ACB is still functioning, and the High Court of Karnataka is the one who initiated the matter of opening up and giving powers to the Lokayukta. And also, I'll tell you, the same BJP has filed an application, an affidavit in the High Court of Karnataka when the objections were called for, saying that ACB can continue in Karnataka. This is what the document they filed in the High Court of Karnataka. And Chief Minister Bommai is coming and saying that they are responsible for cracking out this kind of thing. This is nothing but a joke of the year. Let us come to the point of what you raised about the corruption today. It is not today's first corruption. We have been accusing them from the day of they come to power. The 40% government, it is not accused with the political parties as such. It is the registered association, contractors association, where 250,000 members are there all over the state of Karnataka. And they are accusing it of, instead of setting up an investigating agency into this one or handing over the matter to the Lokayukta, they continue to defend themselves. And that is the result of it, that each MLA is we find 8 crore rupees today. What happened to the remaining 120 MLAs who are there? This is the same state of affairs where they're collecting money for the sake of elections, and this is nothing but 100% corruption. And also, the BJP spokesman was talking about DK Shivakumar. DK Shivakumar's matters are completely different.
Gentlemen, just a minute. Don't speak over each other. I am smiling here for multiple reasons. Gentlemen. Let me get Santosh Hegde in. Let me, Mr. Yadav, Santosh Hegde, you are smiling. Is it because, like me, you feel it is a case of the pot calling the kettle black?
100% right. This is a Congress which took away the power of the Lokayukta police to investigate and gave it to the ACB. Now, ACB has been quashed, the appointment of ACB has been quashed by the High Court. Now, Congress wants to take credit for that. What you say? You are 100% right. Is the kettle calling the pot, or the pot calling kettle black? Yeah, but then,
Mr. Yadav, let him complete his point.
The ACB?
Give me a minute. I'll come to you.
In 2000,
so far as the contract is concerned, when even
Mr. Yadav, just a minute.
Our minister,
Mr. Yadav, just a minute. Let Mr. Hegde speak. Ek minute. Let Mr. Yadav speak. Let Mr. Hegde speak. He is asking a valid question. Who was the one who instituted the ACB and scrapped the powers of the Lokayukta? It was the Congress party. Anyhow, Mr. Hegde,
no. Before that, I have something.
Can I answer this question?
I want something.
No, wait. I'll let you answer first. Let Mr. Hegde speak.
I will answer. First, ask the question. You can answer. Well, in 2012, when the Lokayukta gave the report in 2011, in 2012, the Congress was in the opposition. And they went on a protest march from Bengaluru to Ballari, accusing the government of the day, that was BJP at that time, for not implementing the Lokayukta Act. And they came to power in 2014. They did not implement it. Per contra, they took away the power of the Lokayukta to investigate anti-corruption cases and gave it to ACB. So it is not to the credit of the Congress to say that what BJP did was wrong. Both are wrong. The ACB was created by the Congress, which had no faith, or it didn't want the Lokayukta to function independently. Thereafter, it is the BJP which said that when we come to power, we will dismiss the ACB, but they didn't do it because ACB was not working at all. It was only going after sub-inspectors and revenue inspectors. No, not a single case was filed against active politicians and people of that category. No, either of the party didn't do it and all. But today, they want one-upmanship and all. The BJP wants to say that we gave the power back to the Lokayukta, and Congress wants to say, no, they didn't give the power and all. It is the court gave the power, yes, but who created that situation? Congress created. So let us not take credit for what has happened.
Okay.
Let us give credit only to the court.
Okay, and let me just also put this on record that this is the first big crackdown / haul after the powers, especially the enforcement wing of the Lokayukta was reinstituted. So this is the first big crackdown that we have seen. Let me get in Brijesh Kalappa. He represents a party which is mired in corruption, but it's a party that had its origins in an anti-corruption movement. Mr. Brijesh Kalappa, as you see these pictures, what do you think to yourself? I know that there has been much talk over the last 2 years or so about the Bommai government being a 40% cut sarkar, but every time an allegation has been made, it has been dismissed. Now, these allegations, and these are not just allegations, this is something that is on record. This will be very hard to dismiss for the BJP.
I agree with you, Shreya. And since you spoke about the art corruption, let me just point out in my own manner that here there is a haul of 8.16 crore found, right? Further on, you'll remember that when during demonetization, Mr. Janardhan Reddy conducted the wedding of his daughter. At that time, 500 crore was spent on a wedding, right? Do you remember either the IT or the ED or the CBI being involved with the investigation? No. But in a case where Satyendra Jain or in the case of Mr. Sisodia, not 1 rupee is found. Not 1 rupee is found, not 1 rupee is recovered. Yet the CBI, ED and IT are very quick to pounce on these individuals and to incarcerate them for months together, right? Now here is a case where there is an MLA, where there is a VHP worker, one Santosh Patil, he makes direct allegations against a sitting minister and then commits suicide. That minister has already got a clean sheet. There is yet another contractor who mentions the name of Mr. Arvind Limbavdi and then commits suicide. No action. But in the case of these two individuals, more than enough action is taken. So clearly, there is the Modi Sarkar, of course, while saying na khaunga na khane dunga, that means that they refer to other political parties and opposition parties or not their own. Insofar as the BJP is concerned, that's a BJP washing.
Corruption is a curse in this country. Corruption is a curse in this country, and nowhere does it make more headlines than in the state of Karnataka. That there can be a lot of grandstanding when it comes to corruption. Na khaunga, na khane dunga, Prashanth GS. But the fact is, A, your MLA, his son, have been caught red-handed. B, more importantly, while the son has been arrested, the MLA is absconding. This is your MLA. And there is your police looking for your MLA, and he's absconding. Such shamelessness, where the party is not even telling the MLA to come and surrender to the Lokayukta for questioning.
The Lokayukta himself made a statement saying that investigation is on and the steps would be taken. In the interview to the media, the Lokayukta himself has stated it. And we are also again stating that we are not supporting any individual who is involved in corruption. Our party doesn't stand for corruption. We are against corruption, zero tolerance towards corruption. So I repeat, though you may say that it's a cliche being used, I again repeat, saying that we are not in any way trying to influence what the government is, what the Lokayukta is doing.
That will not do.
We are letting the law do its course.
That answer will not do. That answer will not do.
No, Shreya, see, you have to understand.
He has been found guilty. He's accused number 1 in the case, and he's absconding. If he wasn't guilty, he would have showed up where the Lokayukta is.
No, Lokayukta himself on record has admitted that there was no pressure from the government to act in a particular way, and neither will he bow down to that pressure. So therefore, government is not exerting any pressure on the Lokayukta to act in a particular way.
No, you should, as a party, as a party that believes in na khaunga na khane dunga, you should ask a corrupt MLA to surrender himself before the Lokayukta, which has found cash at his residence and caught his son red-handed with bribes. That's the least a party that says na khaunga na khane dunga can do, na sir. It's an election year. Perception is everything in politics sometimes. Over. Time is over. Prashanth GS, thank you very much. Nagaraju Yadav, time over. Thank you very much. Mr. Brijesh Kalapa, thank you very much. And Santosh Hegde, good to have your voice on the show as well. With that, I'm slipping into a quick break on the show. There's much more coming up on the other side. A special segment on Sushmita Sen's heart attack and what lessons we can take away from it. That's coming up next. Do stay with us.